Hello, my friends. Well, my cup says Monday size, but it's not Monday, it's Wednesday. This is 7-Eleven coffee. It's actually not that bad, to be honest. It's like gas station coffee, but it's pretty fresh. Today we're talking about installing and creating a do-it-yourself skylight for my van. I've done this before. I actually made a video about it before, but it's unique enough that I thought I'd do another one. Okay, this is the material we're using. Lexan. Tough, virtually unbreakable, shatter resistant, lightweight, 250 times stronger than glass, 10-year warranty against yellowing. Pretty strong. It's better than plexiglass because it's less likely to crack. We also have this 5/8 vinyl. I don't know what the heck it's used for. I think it's used for like a molding or something, but it's water resistant and can stand the elements. And then for the inside we use cedar 2x2, technically 1.5 by 1.5. And then to seal it up we use some lap sealant Dicor and this stuff, which I've been keeping up here for a long time. This is Eternabond tape. Super awesome stuff. I've been keeping it up here so it doesn't get all gummed up, which is inevitable. If I stick it under the bed, who knows what happens. Got frame built here, and then I guess you'd call this a gasket that's going to be going between the cedar frame and the metal of the roof, so that way there'll be at least a little bit of insulation between the roof metal and the wood. And then we have this. Obviously I got to take this little layer of protective plastic off, but this is just to kind of hold it in place, make sure I got all the measurements right, so that like these screws will come out and big long ones will go into the roof, and then I'll put a whole bunch more all around the edge. Now I have the line drawn on the inside, so I know exactly where to cut, drill some pilot holes, and then jigsaw away. Once I start cutting, I'm committed to this project for the rest of the day. Okay, I put my mark where I'm going to cut on the inside and on the outside, and I'm glad I did because I realized I have like a 1/2 inch extra. So I'm going to stick this in here to eat up some of that space. And it's rock and roll time. Look, $80,000 Tesla right beside us. So to cut the hole in the roof, which I've done like 7 times throughout my 5 vans, I'm using this corded jigsaw. Yes, folks, that's right, corded. But the reason I can do it is it's 3.2 amps. So if it was 5 amps, it probably wouldn't work. So I basically use a $50 junky inverter, which, where did I put it? In here, in the mess, from Walmart. Everstart 450 watt inverter, and I hook it directly to the engine. Make sure the engine is running so that you don't fry anything. Okay, engine's on, inverter, positive post, ground post. The actual battery is under the front seat in these Transits. You see how nice and clean it is in here. 20,000 kilometers, still clean. The guy over there is sleeping. He's about to get woken up. Sorry, bud, but my jigsaw is about to start, so my apologies. So that's what we've got so far. Drilled holes, lines cut, and then my little blade thing came out because I just had this jimmied. These two bolts, it's not supposed to be there. They're supposed to be screws. But look, buddy over here is still sleeping. Hi, buddy. Sorry, I don't mean to disturb you. And Bingo was his name-o. You know what's frustrating about this key? This is my spare key. I always have this on my pant loop with this little thing. And I believe that this little plastic piece broke off. Because I go to get my keys and the freaking key is missing. This is like a $300 or $100, I don't know how much it is in Canada. Maybe $500. Fob thing. And now I'm going to have to replace it because this is the only one I have now. Because I'm pretty sure that broke, but I'm hoping I find it lying around in my van somewhere. Maybe hope among hopes. Hope beyond hopes. I'm beyond hope. Okay, well, this is the inside. A few days later. However, I have made a mistake. I made this hole too small. I should have went all the way to the edge of the thing. But I had to, my reasoning is I tried to make it the same size as this, and it is, but the Lexan itself is bigger. So what ended up happening is I got this lip of roof metal still there. And in this side it's particularly deep. It's like maybe an inch, 3 centimeters. So yes, it is condensating and getting wet up here now. Blah, blah, blah. Good one, Timothy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick some this pink polystyrene up there, and hopefully that solves it. But I got to make sure that I'm very careful to make sure every single piece of that steel is covered. So I just sanded down these edges, and now I gotta paint them because they started to rust. Okay, here is the finished roof. Skylight. You'd see I went way crazy with the Dicor and the Turbon tape. No leaks, folks, no leaks. That's the goal. I used an entire tube of Dicor, which is pretty much unnecessary, but like I said, I don't want any leaks. So as you can see, there are some water droplets right below the surface of the Lexan, which means, of course, that's condensation. And that is a problem, because I don't want that. I don't want any water forming on the inside of the roof Lexan. So I think I know what's happening. The polystyrene is a 1/2 inch. The vinyl is 5/8. So there's an air gap, and that's why I'm getting problems. The air, warm air allowed in there is condensating and causing the water to form. So what I think I need to do is just push this polystyrene closer to the top so that there's no air. Remember last summer I put these solar panels on with these stainless steel dollar store brackets? Well, they're still holding up really well. A lot of people said, oh, that cheap steel is gonna break. Well, I don't know, guys. It looks pretty solid to me. I guess once you put a bunch of snow on there, if there's like 6 inches of snow, it's gonna make a difference, but so far so good. So my reasons for making the Skylight are basically, the biggest one is I like natural light in the van, and it allows for privacy because I have no windows. Nobody can walk by and look in or see light and stuff like that. Now if you're in an apartment or somehow above the van, you will be able to see the light on. But that's no big deal. I don't really care. Anyway, if you look at online, like on Amazon and stuff, and you try to buy a Skylight that's pre-made, like a factory built one, they're pretty expensive. And so this thing cost me like less than 50 bucks, including everything. So I'm pretty happy about saving the money, and with a little bit of thought and elbow grease, got her done. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and be well, my friends.